Hello and welcome to a new quick edit video. This time I want to work on something more colorful again with quite a few adjustments. So before I start the editing, here are the before and after images. And as always, I'm starting in the lens correction tab, activating those two settings. Then I'm going all the way back to the top and I want to change the white balance to cloudy just to make the colors a bit warmer. And I also want to change the camera profile to Adobe Portrait. As you can see, this will restore some details in the shadows. And then I want to adjust the overall exposure. And first I'm going to reduce the highlights as they are pretty bright. And then I'm going to increase the shadows. And to add a little bit of contrast, I'm adding a bit of clarity. And I guess I also want to add some contrast. And then last, I'm adding a bit of vibrance. And then I want to apply the local adjustments. Therefore, I have two gradiated filters, one for the sky part and one for the foreground part. Let's start with this one first. Basically, I want to get more contrast on this road and therefore I'm increasing the clarity again, which will add a lot of detail. And then I'm going to the next gradiated filter for the sky area. And I want to make this part really dramatic. So first I'm decreasing the exposure quite a lot. And then I also add a lot of contrast. And I also want to adjust the colors of this area, so I'm playing around with the temperature and the tint sliders. Then for some more local adjustments, I have applied two radial filters. The first one is this rather small radial filter, which is just to add some glow to this area to kind of fake the sunlight, and therefore I'm increasing the blacks all the way up. And to make it a bit more glowy, I'm decreasing the clarity. And I can also maybe add some exposure. And in this case, I don't really care if this small area is overexposed, as this should fake the sun in some ways, so it doesn't matter really. Then the next radial filter, again, is to brighten up the area. And again, I'm increasing the blacks. And to further brighten it up, I'm also increasing the shadows. Then it's time for some color grading. I don't think there's much to do in the saturation tab, but first let me increase the orange saturation a bit, as well as the yellow one. And then I want to get rid of some of the green color tones, because they are a bit too bright for my taste. And then to give this image this warm color style, I'm going to the split toning and I'm applying a warm color tone to the highlights. And then I'm increasing the saturation a bit. And for the shadows, I'm going with a cold color tone and reduce the strength in this case. Of course, I'm applying quite a bit of sharpening to this image and also some vignetting. And then to finish the color grading, I'm going to the calibration tab and I'm adjusting red, green and blue primary hues. Here I just need to play around a little bit with all those sliders to get the most fitting color theme. And in my opinion, this looks pretty amazing. So now that that is done, I'm going to finish this image using Photoshop. And first, of course, I want to get rid of this ugly vignetting in the corners of the image. Again, I'm just using the clone stamp tool for that. Once that is done, I like to check the Nik collection for some nice effects. And I think this time I'm using the skylight filter to add some more sunset-like colors to this picture. And of course I mainly want to have those colors in the sky, so I need to mask out a bit. Therefore I'm applying a layer mask and choose a brush with the black foreground color, and then I'm brushing over the foreground. And I don't know why, but since the last Photoshop update the brush tool is really slow, which is so annoying. I really don't want to overdo the editing, but there is one last thing I like to add, and that's some more glow in the center part of the picture. And therefore I'm just applying a new layer and set the blending mode to soft light, and then I'm choosing a bright foreground color, maybe with a slight orange color cast, and then make the brush tool big and soft, and then I'm brushing in there and I get this really cool glow effect. I think I need to reduce the opacity though, because it's quite a heavy effect. And that's it for editing this colorful sunset image. I hope this video was helpful, and if you'd like to see more content like this, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching my video.